Hello everyone, welcome to our second episode of Mentos Plays Rogue Legacy. We're gonna jump in as the Barbarian here, I want to say. Higher health and I believe higher damage perhaps. We only got 70 gold on that last run, which is obviously kind of disappointingly low, so we can't really afford anything. So we're just gonna head straight to Sharon over here and pay him our gold. As you can hear, the farts when we jump occasionally. Of course it's not happening now. Excuse me. Of course it's not happening now that now that I pointed out, but it'll happen some more. So, obviously we started to make some progress last episode. Even though we were dying pretty often, we started to get some upgrades, started to make ourselves more fit to take on the game as we progress. We got one of these ice shard dudes, a Frostin', and there's a Doom Bus down there, so let's go kill that. There we go. Now a lot of the enemies in this area I'm familiar with from the demo, so it does give me a little bit of a bonus over what someone playing completely blind would have. Oops. I don't know why I picked that up. My MP was full, and I'm a barbarian. I don't really use MP all that much. I don't like that room. We're going to come back to that later. So, one thing that I forgot to mention in my last video was for those of you who aren't aware, Our Darker Purpose, which I was kind of vehemently backing, was funded today. So that game is in full development now. It did get its goal. It got a huge boost on the last day or so that put it over the top. I'm very happy to see it. I think the people at Avidly Wild Games are gonna make something very special with that, and I can't wait to see where it goes moving forward. These guys aren't as much of a threat on a slope as they are on a straight surface. This guy's gonna be a jerk about things. You stay on the slope where you can't do as much damage to me. Of course, then I get hit by this guy. So yeah, that succeeded earlier today. I was very happy to see that. If anyone watching this went out and helped support them, I thank you, because you're gonna be helping to fund what should be a very good game in the future. What was I gonna say about that? Yeah, it was really down to the wire. Whoops. It was really down to the wire, where they did pull it off. If you haven't checked out the demo, that is still available. It's linked in the comments section of the Kickstarter page, so you can still play that. So this fountain here is going to give us a healing, as well as mana restore. I haven't used any mana, so that wasn't really useful, but I was getting a little bit low on health. These guys, you just have to kind of manipulate their shots to your advantage. They do have pretty low HP. A good little chest of gold there. So we will keep going through this castle until we discover some, either a lot of golden dye, or until we discover something new, in which case we'll probably turn around. Just because, those are obviously meant for higher, and you're not meant to really get to those until higher levels, I believe. And so me going in there is pretty much just saying I'm gonna go ahead and throw this run away. So we did find the Forest Abakiza. Might as well try to kill this red skeleton. This has a very cool aesthetic. So did the other place, the Maya, I think it was, that we found. I do seem to be having a little bit less trouble surviving this area. Although obviously one room doesn't really make... Oh my god! A pattern. And that guy kind of changed my mind. So we're going to run back to the castle, which is the starting area, obviously. I'm thinking that maybe there's a teleporter before each area, so you can kind of tell if the next room is going to be another area based on if there's a teleporter in the room before it. I'm not sure that's the case, obviously. This is my first experience with this build, but so far besides that little force close we had, which I'm not sure what caused it exactly, the experience with this game has been very good. Obviously, having played the demo, I knew what I was getting into, so I kind of am not surprised by that. But it's also always nice to see that the full game does have enough content over that early build and limited demo that was released to justify, you know, paying the purchase price. So I am quite enjoying my time with this so far. Hopefully that's going to keep up as we get more experienced. That was really close. Is this another Doom boss? I don't think it's shaking. It is. There we go. There were a couple glitches in the demo build that I haven't yet run into on this build. So that's a good thing. So that's always a good thing that it does appear like those little things were fixed. We're going to head to the right here. Also, if you didn't notice in the starting room, I'll point it out more thoroughly next time, but it gives the basic layout for things that don't change in the castle, which is that the forest that we were in is always going to be to the right side. The the tower that we were in, is always going to be to the top, and the dungeons will always be to the bottom. So, obviously, if you're looking to go to a specific area, you're going to want to head in whichever direction that map tells you. Everything else is randomized, but those little facts stay the same each round. You actually can find a journal entry kind of explaining that fact to you. That's where I heard it explained that way first, was from the journal entry in the demo that I found. So this is another entry to the forest. We might as well kill that guy. Not sure what those little lights are, but we don't really want to be here. Obviously I could try to survive in there, and it would probably be interesting to watch, but we're building up a lot of gold, and I would rather try to preserve that and take it with me to my next heir to upgrade my manor than to try to throw it away going to a new area. I can kill this guy easily. This guy might be a jerk just because there are multiple of them, but we took care of that pretty easily. I didn't realize that was a Doomfist until I had already hit it. The good thing is these guys don't really attack directly. I just get hit by it, but their attacks are more of a... if you're moving while you're trying to fight them, they're going to be a pain. But if you're just standing still, they're not. So we do have the first boss of the game right here. You know, I do want to explore more of the castle before I do so. I think we just found the dungeons as well. Yep, the Land of Darkness. Sorry, just listening to the music a little bit to start here. I should mention that I really do enjoy the music in the game. Oh dear lord, what are you? You're a ninpo. Ah! Run, 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 run! Okay, well, I did not really know what to expect from that guy, and it definitely paid off with me taking damage I shouldn't have taken. You know, we got a lot of gold to upgrade with, so let's go show off the first boss here real quick. So this is our first boss, Mr. Eyeball Kidder. So we are going to jump up here. He's got a few attacks. This one where he's going to shoot his bullets in a rotating pattern. He's got some where he's going to shoot them out more randomized. When he's shooting them out in the rotating pattern, obviously you just kind of want to run around in whichever direction they're rotating. This is the more randomized pattern where you kind of have to dodge a bit more actively. Oh, almost dodged it. So I don't think we're going to beat this guy this time just because my stats are still quite low. But we're going to give it our best shot. That was... Oh, there we go. Oh, we aren't dead! Now we are. Well, that wasn't a bad fight for the first time facing him when we were still pretty low stats. We got quite a lot of kills there, which is always nice. Give me 1 second real quick, I apologize. Just Twitch email. So let's choose our heir for this next time. Lady Teresa the Mage. Vertigo, welcome to Barfsville. And peripheral arterial disease, no foot pulse. This guy's a giant and an endomorph. And this guy's an endomorph and has hypogonadism, so you don't get knocked back and you knock enemies back more. This just looks too interesting. So we're going to see what that does. I do want to upgrade our Barbarian, which is going to unlock one more thing in the manor. This allows us to shout, Varodus! To hurt enemies. We can unlock the Shinobi. We can also upgrade our Mage, we might as well. Transform your measly mages into archmages. Master of the arcane arts and change whatever spells you have on the fly. That's kind of nice. I remember that from the demo, but it's a little bit different now. So the miner here is lower stats and more gold find. I know that much. We're gonna put a point into our attack strength. Point into our health. We can't afford another attack strength, so let's go with a equipment up. So we're gonna want that high eventually, so we can hold as many items as. Oh dear lord! This is the coolest trait I have yet to see. This is gonna be interesting. So with this Archmage, we started off with Chakram, Size, and Time Stop. This is going to take a lot of getting used to. Dear lord, this is actually really awesome. I am enjoying this like crazy. So our directional keys all work the exact same. So we still press down to drop through a floor, followed by jump. We're going to go this way, and this way, and this way, and then we did just take a hit to kill that thing, but this is like the coolest thing. Oh, I know I'm not really saying much, but I am really enjoying this trade here. Knocked him down, so if he attacks, we're going to be able to dodge it, but he didn't. So we're going to be playing this whole game upside down. I apologize if this is uncomfortable for anyone. Me personally, I'm quite enjoying this little change of pace here. So obviously this means that the castle layout is technically backwards as well. So if we wanted to go to the tower, we would be going down here. Which reminds me, I didn't show off that map like I meant to. So this is the map that you're looking at. Obviously normally right ways up. So you got the forest on the right side, the dungeon on the bottom, and the tower on the top. Obviously we've seen all of those areas briefly. Let's go this way. There's a zombie down there. That was close. Let's use that's F, I think. D? It's D. So while time is stopped, your mana is going to continuously drain, but you're also still able to take damage. But it's obviously easier to avoid damage when everything isn't moving. I didn't even think of that. I can just kind of stand up here and be safe. Let's time stop, pound that guy, time stop again to get it turned off and not waste more mana. We might have enough left to kill this guy down here. But we want him to be, or that's W, not D. Sorry. It's W for spells. So it's really confusing because it's upside down and it's also still the normal way forward. It actually kind of is more confusing than if it was upside down and backwards. I don't know why. But that was a really cool perk, even though it made things tremendously more difficult for us. So we got Lady Charlotte, the Archmage, who is so heavy enemies can't knock you back. We've got Lady Teresa II, the Barbarian Queen, who is knocking back enemies more, but gets knocked back more herself. And we got this Paladin with turrets. Let's go with this one just for a more normalized run. This 170 isn't enough to upgrade anything, I think. No. So we are going to essentially be wasting that, unfortunately. It was fun to play around with that though, and I'm definitely not going to pass over characters who have the Vertigo trait, because that's actually kind of a fun change of pace. I'm sure you could tell that I was enjoying it, but as crazy as it is, it's actually really fun to play like that. Well, that was just stupid of me. I don't know why I went for that HP when I was already at full health, because it just got me hurt. Let's come up here and to the left. Now this I haven't seen before. A jukebox, maybe? Change the music? Oh snap, it does. This song already sounds pretty awesome. Oh, but it changes back once you leave the room. So this fairy chest is taking no damage, and as you can see, there's no way we can get to that without taking damage. One of the classes that you can get, I know this from the press build, it wasn't actually shown in the public build, but one of the classes you can get has an ability where they can essentially turn into mist and become impervious to damage at the cost of MP. So, when you're in that state, you can obviously run right through those bullets and be able to... So that's a pink teleporter that just took me right into the forest. The castle is way to the left. This could be bad. I don't know what these things do. I've got a pony. I've got some various guys that are attacking me. I'm scared. That was painful because I'm an idiot. We are going to get a chest over here, which had a couple of gold bags in it, so we at least have enough to upgrade something this time. We're going to run. Ouch. Pony, I hate you. And we fell on spikes. So that's the forest, everyone. I did not know that teleporter was going to do that. That gave us an excuse to look things through, but... Okay, so we got a couple here. We got a Barbarian King who has OCD. Whenever you destroy an object, you gain MP. It works out really well if you have a mage. We got Sir Hershey, the Paladin, who is Ambilivious. You've got 2 left hands and can't cast spells properly. And you've got Dwarfism, so you never get to ride roller coasters. This guy is freaked out by chickens. We're going to go with the Dwarfism because hopefully we can show off some of the unique opportunities available to characters with Dwarfism. We're going to upgrade our health again since that's available for us. So as you can see, we're really tiny now. Give me 1 second to take a drink real quick. So one of the benefits of being really tiny is that, obviously, there's less of an area for you to get hit. It makes things a little bit easier to dodge. But you, of course, also have to get closer to things to attack them. So every time I stop, this guy has question marks floating up over his head. I'm not really sure what that means. There's a zombie here. We can kill him easily. We are doing pretty good damage with this paladin. Let's see what happens when we try to cast a spell. Well, it kind of worked, but it went up behind us instead of in front of us like it's supposed to. So I guess that's kind of something that you can work with. You know, if the blade wall goes up behind you, you're going to want to know that ahead of time so that you can be prepared to shoot it behind you. Okay, that's something they've changed from the demo. In the demo, the spikes were not set off by dwarf characters. I guess they decided that made things a little bit too imbalanced in dwarfism's favor, would be my guess, because that was certainly a huge benefit. Fairy chest objective, take no damage. Let's go for it. We got a gold bag at least. Having dwarfism here actually kind of helps. And we got it. Objective complete. We get a rune stone, which is balance rune. Not sure what the balance rune does. That's one of the ones that wasn't in the demo. So now it's a little bit harder coming back because we're kind of going counter to the way these things are moving. We did take a hit on the way back, but no big deal. So yeah, chest rooms are always going to have some kind of challenge, whether it's just getting to the chest in time, doing enough damage to enemies. All these things are possible. When you see a silver chest like this, it's going to have a blueprint in it for one of the items for the blacksmith. A blood chest plate, once again, not sure what the effects of that are. Some of the armor has special effects, some of it is just stat increases. Just jumped right into that skeleton, trying to get to him quick. Now we're going to take out Ghastly 1 and 2 here. Can somebody give me a Pokeball? That is not a Doombus. I didn't think it was, but always better safe than sorry. I haven't run into any of the secret areas only accessible by dwarves yet. Or at least not that I've noticed. I might have passed one up and not noticed it, but... There we go. We got some more gold. We're doing pretty decently this round in terms of gold collection. Okay, that was kind of a close dodge. Kill that fireman. Kill this desk and chair. Yes, that's right. Kill them. Not destroy them. Kill them. We shall treat these inanimate objects as if they are living beings. So these guys can shoot through walls, which makes them kind of a pain being over there behind a wall like that. I'm actually kind of curious if down on the first floor over here... Yes, there is. There's a way for a dwarf to get up here and kind of at least take out one or two of them before worrying about the rest of the room. So obviously even with our vault room we can't get up high enough to kill that next guy. And there's another thing that comes into play. You can stack runes, so you can get like 2 vault runes and have a triple jump instead of a double jump. These kind of things are very much possible. Similarly, if you get a vampire rune that gives you health, that gives you lifesteal, you are able to stack those to get more lifesteal. Now entering the Maya, I don't want to be there right now. Thought that was the case with the teleporter there, but wanted to make sure. I'm going to just run away from here. Oh, you know what? I can actually do that room. I can actually clear out the rest of that room. I just need to get up here. Unfortunately, I did a double jump instead of the jump attack. And so, having taken damage, I retreat like a wounded dog. These picture frames here, the large ones, are kind of showing off past work by the developers. In this case, this one was also a mini-boss, which just killed us very, very, very rapidly. So we will jump into our next heir. What do we have here? The Knave with OCD and Dwarfism. We got a colorblind hero, which is actually a royal pain to play with. And we got a Barbarian Queen with Tourette's and Ectomorph. Let's be the Knave. Let's be a Dwarf again. See if we can show off more of those Dwarf-specific things. I'm going to upgrade our attack strength first. We got 255 remaining. It's not quite enough for armor up. We could increase magic damage. We could increase mana. Let's go ahead and increase magic damage just to make use of the gold. I probably should have checked out what the blood chest plate was before spending that. I might have been able to afford it. So this gives us negative 30 health, plus 35 weight, which is huge, 14 armor, and gives us plus 1 vampirism. So that's a way to get vampirism without a rune. But obviously comes at a big hit to your health. Balance Rune, the sword. Slaying enemies grants both HP and MP. Multiple runes stack for increased HP MP drain. That's actually a really good sounding rune. I kind of want to get that with our next run. So let's go pay Sharon our money and have him rebuild the castle for us. And with it being 25 minutes so far, if I'm reading this right, we're probably going to be calling it quits on this video here shortly. Moving on to video number 3. But not entirely positive. I might make this episode a little bit longer, I'm not sure yet. I still don't have a set range for how long I want to make these videos. They're just kind of going to be as long as I feel is a decent length at the time. So they might vary from episode to episode, not by too much, but you know, if this run goes quick, I might start another run just to fill out some more time, which would take us to a later point. But if it goes, you know, a decently long run, and the Land of Darkness again. This is kind of a horrible room. I'm glad that we're not going to worry about that right now. So instead, let's go up, because up is the only other way we can go. So obviously, since we're OCD and we get MP for destroying things, it is in our best interest to kind of abuse our spells. Not as useful as if we were a mage, but it's definitely still something that is a benefit. I think, yeah, this character hasn't, or this class hasn't been upgraded yet, so we can't actually use a class ability that takes MP and regain that. But we can at least regain from when we use spells. There's one thing that I've noticed, I'm not sure if it's really an intentional feature or just something that happened. When those enemies are far away from walls, their projectiles get blocked. But when they get close to them, then their projectiles start to pass through because they start out past the wall. I think since it has been in since the demo build, which was a much earlier build of the game, I think that's probably something intentional. But it's hard to tell. It does make it where you have to pay a little bit more attention to the enemies, not just what kind of enemies they are, but can I not get back out of here? There we go. I would like to land on that slot again. Let's go. Okay, I can't make that jump again, so oh well. We can get into there, I'm sure, somehow. But yeah, you can see some of the shots are passing through walls, some of them aren't. If it was intentional, it's not really a big deal. It's just something where it's kind of, it makes the enemies less predictable, which I feel is a bad thing in a game like this. Not to talk bad about the game, because I'm really enjoying this, but it's definitely something that I think would have been better if they always went through walls, or if they never did, than to have it where their placement determines if they shoot through walls or not. That could just be a matter of personal preference. People might disagree with me on that, but I feel the more patterned enemies are, the better. It's one of the reasons I love Dark Souls, because everything is so structured where if you know the enemy, you can pretty much kill it every time without fail. Oh, I am taking some stupid damage. So I mean, they're still easy enough to dodge, but it's just something that is kind of one of the oddities, I guess you could say, of the game that I'm not entirely sure how I feel about. Once again, it's not something that lowers my enjoyment of the game. It's just something that I feel could have maybe been done differently, a bit better. So we're almost dead on this run already. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed, the little like arrow things in the corners, those are telling us when there are enemy projectiles off screen that are incoming. That is actually a really nice touch. It makes it a lot easier to understand what's going on a level, instead of just trying to guess if something's firing at you from out of the area that you can see. frame rate is getting a bit janky in this room on the recording. I apologize for that. Once again, I'm not sure why OBS has started to do that. I've played more intensive games than this on stream and in videos without a problem, so I'm not sure if it's... Oop! I just inadvertently found a secret area, maybe? Or was that just a really weird glitch? Maybe I just have to jump from really high and hold down? So I'm not sure what happened there. Seems like a relatively minor glitch. I guess if you couldn't escape from there, it wouldn't really be relatively minor, but... The third row of equipment usually has major trade-offs. Be careful. Okay. Choose our air. We could be Vertigo again. We could be the Archmage, who is weak-muscled, and Tourette's. Or we could play as Sir Johnny the Knave, who is Tourette's and Endomorph. You know, let's do one more Vertigo run to kind of bookend this run in this video. Let's do. You know what? I want to get that balance rune over here. A straight vampire rune would probably heal me for more. But I do want to pick up that balance rune because it seems really useful. That leaves us with 300 gold to upgrade with, which we will use on equipment if I hadn't pressed the wrong button. There we go. And then we will head on into the castle for our last run of this video for sure. I won't start another one just because that last run went relatively quickly. Balding. Oh yeah, it's another one I should point out. When your character has baldness, obviously you're wearing a helmet, so you can't really see that. So how does the game tell you? When you enter the level, instead of saying building, it says balding. So it looks like every kill is going to grant us 1 HP and 1 MP. Obviously not a lot, but that can build up. I'm sure if you got more of the balance runes to make it more per kill, it would be even better. As with most of the runes, the more of them you get, and the more of them you equip at once, the better it is for... Oh, I didn't even realize there were spikes there. The better it gets for how effective they are. You know, if you have 5 times jumping instead of 2 times jumping, that's obviously a huge benefit. I really have to get used to gravity working backwards. Up. I don't think the castle randomization really takes into account your character's traits. So like I don't think that because we're Vertigo, the castle is designed differently to take that into account. But I don't have any kind of definitive idea on that just yet. It would kind of make sense to have it where the rooms were designed kind of... Oh, there was no jumping, not no damage. Well, I feel stupid now. So yeah, that one, in order to get, you need a dash rune, which will let you kind of sprint over gaps. Obviously it has other benefits as well, but in terms of its relation to that specific fairy chest, that's the reason, that's how you need to complete that one as far as I know. And we have died. So that's going to mark the end of this video. We will look into what airs we have in the next one. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far. I do plan on doing quite a sizable Let's Play of it. At least until I've beaten through the game once. As I mentioned, I might grind at times off camera, but you're going to be seeing all the progression-wise. Anytime I do decide to explore a new area, I'm going to capture that on camera. The castle I'm relatively familiar with just from the demo, but the other areas obviously are going to have a lot of stuff that I'm not familiar with. So I don't really want to play those off camera. But I do hope that you have enjoyed the video. I will be back with more. Thank you for watching. As always, any kind of likes, comments, subscriptions to help out would be much appreciated. In the meantime, you guys take care, and I will see you on the next episode.